Good evening, Joolse here from Joolsedesigns and JT Creations. Again with the shrink plastic. I've decided to do a more intricate stamp. That's it. So that's the stamp I've done. Now what I did was I inked it with stays on and then coloured it with alcohol pens, but you can see the alcohol pens will lift some of the stays on, but as long as you get most of the features, you're all right. So what I will do is I'll ink the stamp, but then I will shrink it. Okay, so we're using the stays on. I've just cleaned this stamp as well because this is the stays on cleaner that I use, and it brings most of the stays on. You can see it's not too bad. This is an old stamp, so it has been used over the years. I'll just put that back on, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and get as near to the edge as possible. So all I do is I just press it down. And then lift it off. So that's actually a better outcome than the first one I did. So there you can see it. And then all I did was I coloured that in with the alcohol markers, just the pro markers. I used pink carnation, in the middle of the lavender. There we are. Now that will shrink to a tiny hole. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to use my big scissors to hold it, because this does fold up on itself, and I don't want it. It can. It's never happened to me, but I've seen it happen where it folds up and then it just melds in with itself. So I'm right-handed for scissors, so I'm not this is a bit uncomfortable. Okay, so I'm just going to dry it. The colours will go intense. Alright, see, like it goes like that. It should flatten out. It should. Right, it has melded in with itself there. I've managed to pull it back, but be very careful when you're doing things like that, because it does get hot. And this bit here, you can see where it's slightly melded itself on. Let me do this. That's it, I've done it. The stalk just attached itself. So yeah, be very careful when you're doing these. But you can see how intense the colours were compared. All right, so that's still a bit, and what you can see is the stalk. It's melted itself into the skirt, but it's fine. It was just I didn't want this bit behind, which has probably given it a little bit more support anyway. But there you can see, and there you've got your hole, so that's quite pretty. And so you don't need a lot of colour, because when it shrinks the colour does intensify. And I tried to get it as near as possible. That's the size it was when it was stamped, and that's the size it is now. So you can do any kind of stamps. I mean, I wouldn't try and cut all those little bits out, and maybe if I did it again, I wouldn't cut that out. I'd leave that, and I'd maybe just cut round there. But I'm quite pleased with that. And we'll just colour this in. Alright, so I'm starting with the lavender colours, and I'm just kind of dotting it on. I'm not because the alcohol pen does remove the stays on ink. Yeah, you don't have to be perfect at colouring it in. Just, I mean, it's going to shrink to a quarter of its size, even less, probably a fifth of its size. And we'll do the lavender flowers on the fairy skirt. And we'll do the dark bits at the top, so you can see it's starting to take out the lines. And we'll do a bit on the butterfly wings. And we'll do these. So that was amethyst. I'm going to use bluebell. So again, we'll put some, because you do get blue coloured lavender. Now what I haven't done is I haven't cut it out there, and I haven't cut it too close. So again, put a hole in it. And again, that's That's the size of the stamp, and that's the size it's going to be. So I'll do this, and hopefully this one won't fold in on itself too much. You can smell plastic kind of going. You just turn it over and that'll go the other side. There. So there we are. Now there, see, you can burn the plastic, and that's what I've done. You can see it's just gone that little bit yellow, but it doesn't matter. But it's still the same size fairy. It's just that I've done the wings a little bit different. You can see the intensity of the hair, of the colours on the dress. I don't know whether it's the little bits of green that I put in. Mind it was the pastel pink with a bit of ivory on her hands. It was just the ivory on that one, so it's just to let you see the colours. And because I dabbed it on, you can see some sort of like dab marks. I took my time with this one, and I did go over the grass with a bit of green, but you could still do that with alcohol markers. You could still go on, because they will dry and they won't wash off. So I've now got 2 fairy charms for my lavender journal. Thank you for watching. I hope you get something out of this. As I say, you can get the shrink plastic. Amazon do have it. A lot of craft shops have it. You can get it in clear. That's opaque, although it does look clear. But that's how it dries. The white just dries bright white. You can get it in black. But it's great to work with. You can draw your own drawings, cut them out. It's good to do with children, although I wouldn't let them use a heat gun. You could put it in the oven, and there usually is instructions for putting it on a tray in the oven. And you know, they can have their own little charms for hanging on their bags or whatever they want to hang them on. I'll just do a wee demonstration of the stays on cleaner. I know some people don't bother, but I think if you look after your stamps, they'll last you a lot longer. Now you can see where that's all melted. And I don't always clean my stamps every time, but usually if I've messed on with stays on, I do clean my stamps. And then I just usually go over them with a wet wipe. And there's a little bit of dark at the ends there. So, and all you do is just dab it on. I mean, you can see I should have some clean wet wipes somewhere. And then yeah, I think if you use wet wipes, the one with sort of like fragrance free or, you know, non-alcoholic, because I think this kind of stuff does wear on your stamps eventually. Sometimes I just wash them with soapy water. I mean, this is rubber. These are made with heat anyway, so And then we'll use a dry one. I've got a pack of wet wipes that I left open for a while, so they're a little bit dry. Yeah, so you can see it's not brand new looking, but it's definitely a lot cleaner. And you can go in with a toothbrush and give them a scrub and get sort of like inside the little crevices. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you in the next video.